Maturity, that's the goal. As people, we hope that as the years go by that we mature, make better decisions, become a bit wiser to the ways of the world, and with it, our personality evolves a bit, we're a bit more seasoned to this game of life, and hopefully better for it. Your cat, they're pretty much in the same boat. Now, while they don't plan ahead and make goals about the feline they'd like to be in 10 years, it sort of happens naturally. If you've had the pleasure of caring for a cat from their birth all the way through their golden years, you've likely noticed that life experiences and the expectations of the environment itself have changed your cat, and hopefully for the better. When all is said and done, your cat could likely teach a kitten a class about the game of life, especially what to expect from being cared for by loving and responsible owners. In this material, we'll talk about feline personality changes and how the shifts often ride in the same vehicle as maturity. The more your cat experiences and the older they get, the smarter and wiser they become. Have you ever heard that expression of someone being set in their ways? That man or woman is set in their ways. Well, the same can be said many times for cats that have grown up and lived peacefully in a stable and loving environment. Time flies when you are having fun, and your cat will be more seasoned for it. Interesting topic and hopefully a helpful one. I've got you covered. Stay tuned. To answer today's topic question, if there was any doubt remaining, yes. A cat's personality can and likely does change as they mature and get older. Now, that's not to say that at the very core of who they are changes, but it's not uncommon for a cat with time to become a bit more confident, to become more expressive, to become bolder in their actions, and more comfortable with their own environment. The people, the atmosphere, socialization, and social skills, it all adds up, because while felines are hardwired in many ways, and so many actions and behaviors are in fact instinctual, cats are also in many ways like a sponge. They become over time a product of their environment, for better or for worse. Sometimes maturity for a feline, unfortunately, is learning who not to trust. This personality evolution, it can work both ways. The lived experience can bring the most out of a cat, allowing that beautiful personality to shine. On the other hand, the lived experience could bring the worst out of a feline, leaving the cat to fear most everyone and become extremely aggressive. However, keeping things on a happy note, cats that grow up in a positive and loving environment will go through a happy evolution, maturity that is rooted in wonderful experiences and strong positive associations. Cats, as they get older, they can begin to become more trusting, thus showing different aspects of their personality that they may have hidden during an earlier portion of their life. For example, have you ever owned a cat, a very sweet pet, but they were just a bit shy, not real eager for pets or cuddles, and a bit guarded? Did that very same cat, over the course of time, become a lap cat, a pet that just couldn't get enough of those cuddles? Sometimes the biggest evolution of personality not only comes from maturity, but it comes from the ability to trust, the ability to understand that those around them, the humans around them, have the very best of intentions. From personal experience, I've seen cats that check all of the boxes of the feline stereotype, and yet years later become what amounts to cuddly dogs. And I do say that a lot just by talking to others and watching other video content where some lines become so blurred that cat owners feel like they're caring for dogs simply because the pets have become so loyal and trusting. Of course, you can't talk about personality changes without talking about the natural aging process. Some changes have nothing to do with the environment, but more to do with simply being around for a longer period of time. It's like humans. We don't have the same personality we did when we were 5 years old, and that's certainly a good thing. We wouldn't be able to function in the world if our personalities didn't evolve and we didn't mature. Kittens and senior cats, there's really just no comparison. Kittens, to them at that stage in life, everything is new and fresh. Life is a grand adventure. Years ago, I had a cat, and when he was a kitten, he would all but fall over, literally, from fatigue, fall asleep standing up or sitting up. Why? Well, he was just but months old, and things were just too cool to miss. The way he acted was almost like sleep was going to keep him from missing part of this brand new grand adventure. Senior cats, they've seen it all and could probably write a book about their adventure. and they'd much rather rest and nap than play and be curious. If your cat seems different and it's not health-related, not due to injury or illness, you could be witnessing that transition from kittenhood to adulthood, or perhaps adulthood into those senior years. If you've owned your cat for many years, there's a good chance that you've seen a few shifts in your cat's personality over time. Perhaps a bit subtle at first, but something that now really stands out as you look back on your cat's entire life. Another aspect of this topic that should be talked about is what could be considered a bit of personality mirroring, and this is not uncommon. Over the years, have you noticed that your cat's personality has become more and more like your very own? Does your cat somewhat act like you? If so, they've learned by watching the very best. It should come as no surprise that cats that are well behaved, quite loving and receptive, often are the product of responsible and loving owners who have constantly made the effort to give their pets the best life possible. Are there exceptions? Sure. But if you show me a good cat more times than not, I'll show you a responsible owner who understands the assignment. Cats, if they've grown up in a good home, your home, they've learned what you tolerate. They know what makes you happy and they know what doesn't. They know the difference between rewarding actions and negative actions. Over time, simply in an effort to do what brings them better results, they'll do what you want. Before I close things out, I want to speak to the importance of positive daily routine, the positive daily routine, those positive associations. If you've had your cat in, let's call it a groove, a nice groove for many years, where each day is a routine, part of the routine, your cat's personality will bend towards what they've come to know. The environment, the routine, the expectations, it will all mix to help mold and shape who your cat is, and ultimately what they become in terms of personality. In this regard, the routine works in many ways the same it would a young person. Kids, they're a bit nervous and out of sorts on that first day of school, but what typically happens after a month or so, especially near the end of that school year, they're more confident because the environment is one they now understand. It fits, it's comfortable. The personality in what you saw in week 1 of the school year is not the same as what you'll see near the end of that school year. Cats, especially when they become comfortable in their environment, they're often more willing to express more of their existing personality while becoming more relaxed and more trusting. Sometimes personality shifts are the byproduct of comfort and trust within the environment. The better you feel about your place in the world, the more willing you are to express yourself while also trusting others. For both people and felines, so much of this topic is very much the same. Comfort, trust, maturity, and age. The finished product often fails to resemble the first snapshot image when everything first began. In the sports world, when someone has played for a very long time, they are often referred to as the seasoned pro or the seasoned vet. If your cat is getting up in years and maturing, well, that's a good thing. Just call it seasoned cat wellness. To the audience of senior seasoned cat wellness, have you noticed personality changes in your cat that have nothing to do with sickness or injury? Has your cat undergone a bit of a personality evolution, acting much different compared to how they behaved in the past in those early years? Your personal stories and general thoughts, that comment section, as always, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.